welcome to the 13th episode, The Dragon of Icespire Peak. I was really hoping that the FX loop was going to have thunder right there. It did not. Thanks, Josh. Okay. Anyways.
The only person that would know would be you.
Yeah, I know, but I would have been so excited. Oh, man. Anyways. Yeah, episode number 13. This is awesome. When we last left off, the TPK, the Pumped Up Kids, were exploring the lighthouse. There's the thunder. Okay, there it is. Gotta bring the thunder. We're exploring the lighthouse where they met a large crab, think mud crabs in Skyrim, that could talk, named Sebastian. And his, what's her name? Miral, I think? That sounds right.
Yeah.
I love when the players take better notes than the DM. Okay. Was able to cast a spell on him, give him intelligence and the ability to speak a language, but Talos Priest, who had his gaping hole in his chest, by the way, stole her conch, and now she's the only one, or he's the only one that could talk. Womp womp. Anyways, so the next thing that happened was you guys stormed the lighthouse, and you ripped through some harpies, and then you ripped the face off of those two massive orcs and the priest there, like bang. Yeah, and then it was still raining, and the conch is there, and actually we could just go right to the view we had pretty much right there when we were starting. So yeah, Marcus, you just slayed this anchorite of Talos. He lies dead at your feet. The rain is pouring down on your face. Well, depending on how your your helmet situation goes.
And two big-ass orcs.
Two big-ass orcs. So
In my notes, they were thick with 2 C's.
That's right. That's how you do it.
You can't argue with the bard's notes.
That's how you know. Yeah, so it's at that point too, like the rain is just is pouring down, and it's loud. There's thunder and lightning periodically. This rod right here, let's see. Yeah, right here. Once in a while, lightning will strike it, and it's just really loud. You have the ozone. This dude still got that gaping hole in his chest, and then periodically, boom, 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 as this green eerie light pulses out in the rhythm of this beating like heart that is now like 1 story away from you. Which, in case this wasn't clear, you guys came up the stairs like this, and it did ascend another level if you wanted to. What do you do?
First, I would like to check the bodies for anything useful.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You did see the opalescent conch was hanging from the priest's belt there. In addition, the priest has some nasty, gnarly hide armor that's got a gaping hole in its chest area. Also has the claws.
While he's checking that out, I'm going to tell Daisy, just be prepared for this, and I'm going to take the haste off of her as the exhaustion hits her.
Yeah. You're muted, but you're like, pew. You're like, someone let all the air out of the room.
I just want to, whenever I take the haste off, it does take it out of you for a minute, and you need a second to recollect yourself. I just wanted you to prepare for that.
Oh, I feel a little nauseous. Oh, man. Maybe like I drank too much, too? This is not...
man, a barbarian that can't hold it.
It's probably just the haste, but you'll be okay. Just you need about another 5 or 6 seconds just to take a breath. And
you also find 2 great axes, 6 javelins, and 2 sets of half plate.
How many great axes was that?
2.
2, 3 ashes and half plate.
So one whole plate.
I hold up the
Something like
breastplate
that.
of one of the half plate and go, "Ooh, look, I'm a half orc."
Yeah, the thing covered the thing goes like down to your knee. Like if you hold it up to your shoulder, it's like
Oh,
These guys
boy.
are like 7.5 feet tall, like Shaq.
I mean, should we leave these here for when we go up and then come back down? Because they're a bit hefty to carry.
Yeah, let's take them out from inside. I mean, from the rain.
Is there any?
Is there any way that we could take down this pole? Like, I don't know if it might be feeding whatever the whatever green light and thumping is emanating from up above, but I feel like I don't know if we could destroy this rod, that would probably be pretty good.
What do you want to do?
I'm the weakest of the crew, so I feel like I wouldn't be able to do much.
Daisy's
Poking
gonna
with my
take
rapier
her.
is not gonna.
Oh no!
Daisy's gonna take her Dwarven Warhammer and just like march over, like kind of like
Sumo march.
Yeah, like a little too big for her britches. And she's gonna swing. She's gonna swing at that, and because I don't know how many seconds am I still doing this? Probably not, because we looted the bodies, right?
I'm sorry. Are you what?
Am I still raging? I would think not, since
no.
we raided the bodies. Okay.
No more rage.
No more rage.
Yeah. So you go right next to the rod. This thing is really tall. Like it's like 12 feet high, and seemingly goes right down through the roof.
Well, I want to make sure that it doesn't look like lightning is about to strike it as I get closer.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Oh, jeez.
You do. Most
Actually,
of you have
roll a nature
inspiration.
check. How about
By
that?
the way,
A nature check. Okay. Well, I also need to make sure that my
Probably also. Is
Nice.
that wisdom based or is that intelligence based?
That's
Dice.
intelligence.
Intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Nature-
dice
nature
rolling
knowledge.
box is not to the side. That didn't roll at all. That's a 10.
So
You don't think it's about to happen, but it's happened since you've been up here.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna go ahead and try to swing at it and just like bend it over, I guess.
This thing is pretty solid, but sure.
All right. It's just gonna be like you know when you
I
hit
mean-
it and then like your bones vibrate.
I look over at Marcus and I go, "Do you think this is a bad idea for us to try to tear this down?"
this is a very bad idea.
Oh,
I
my
don't know
bad.
if you've ever seen metal touch electricity, but it's not pretty.
Well, I just figured if this was giving power to whatever is up top, if we could remove some of that power, that would be handy.
Sure,
Are you making an
That
attack
was my
roll,
thought
or what are you
process.
doing here?
it's a good thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an attack roll with my Dwarven Warhammer. Do I have to roll to hit?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
a good thought. Just might not be the best way to break it.
Lander said it. Daisy trusts him.
Oh boy.
She.
Stranger danger.
On a side note,
13.
I'm
to
using
hit.
my mage hand at the top to push it at whatever way she's hitting it to try to just give it a little extra oomph.
Try. This thing is solid. Okay, so 13 you said?
Yeah, to hit.
Okay. Your Warhammer connects with it solidly. Like, pretty much as you wanted to. And as soon as you do, it's like the vibrations just go like right through you, and you're like, oh. like
Like the cartoon, like Bugs Bunny, like.
yeah, you take a step back and you're like, oh my gosh, like this thing is solid.
I don't think it's coming down, guys.
Alright.
You want me to hit it again?
If it's
I
that
hit it again.
solid, it's probably.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, I have advantage on those, right?
You
This
do.
one? All right, cool. Here we go.
Do you have advantage? on those
Natural
without
20.
haste?
That is a success, and that is a good thing.
Do you get? Do you have disadvantage on saving throws when you're exhausted?
She's only exhausted for a minute.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
that's nice.
Well, it's actually
lightning
only
strikes
for
at this,
6 seconds.
or yeah.
Oh,
So that's
awesome.
yeah. Lightning
'Cause it
hits
one-
this
one
thing as
action,
you
one turn.
swing your hammer. Like jumps, and you actually drop the hammer before you're able to see anything that happens. But some electricity flies off of it and hits you for 11 lightning damage. That's with a successful saving throw.
Guys, I think we should go inside.
Yeah, you're like, no.
Do that little like cough, like when a little like puff of smoke comes out.
Got the black lung.
Hey, Lando, do you have any healing to spare? I kind of...
I have been saving some spells for healing just in case. I can let me hit Daisy with a level 1 healing word.
Oh, well, I was trying to say that if I had to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 52, I'd be at like a 34. You know.
I'll hit you then.
Whoever
I'll
needs
hit
it
you
more, I don't know.
with that. Well, she's not doing too terrible. I'll hit you with the healing word. Hold on. And that is +8.
Sick. Thank you.
All right, Daisy's gonna walk up between the two of them. She's gonna put her hands on both their backs and say, "Good job, lads." And Landor, you get 3 points, and Marcus, you get 2 points.
Okay.
So yes, there's a
Since when did you
divine
heal?
silvery platinum glow kind of just emanates from her hands
That's what I thought, I
as she
think.
instinctively channels some of her energy to heal you.
Did
Guys,
she
that was
just
weird. Did you see
lay
that?
on her hands?
Yeah.
You learned to be able to heal? How
I don't
could you
know.
do that?
I don't know what just happened.
I feel stronger and healthier.
That was weird.
When did you learn this?
I have no idea.
Does she actually have no idea? Can I roll anything to find that?
You
You
I'm
can do an inside check.
I was gonna say I'm gonna let Izzy handle this.
Can I do an insight check, Izzy?
Yeah, do an insight check.
Okay. That's a 24.
Oh, geez. Okay, so she really isn't exactly sure what happened. She has an inkling
Okay.
of what it might have been, but she really genuinely is not 100% sure.
Okay. All right.
Maybe when Bahamut, I'm assuming it was Bahamut, honestly, brought you back, it bestowed additional powers upon you. I mean that's amazing.
Daisy just like looks up to the sky for a second, and she's having a flash. Dun, dun, dun.
All I can think of is like Psych, where Sean puts his. it's like.
It's funny because I was thinking How I Met Your Mother and Family Guy at the same time as far as flashbacks.
I mean, Scrubs does pretty good ones too.
Oh, yeah, they do.
There's a lot of inspiration there.
I put my hand on Daisy's shoulder and I go, once we finish with here, I feel like we need to talk some about everything that's going on with you, because
at this point the rain is just smacking you all in the face a lot.
Man, this is really coming down.
Is this not inside?
But
No,
No, we are all outside.
we're on the rooftop, but like
Oh, shoot, yeah.
But I feel like we need to go over some stuff, because I mean, I understand if you don't feel comfortable talking to us, and if you do, that's fine, and you can tell me that and I'll back off, but I feel like there's a lot with you that we don't know and don't understand, and I would love to get to know and understand you more and know what's going on, especially after everything we've been through.
I think that's a great idea. I trust you guys a lot, and I definitely want to be a little bit more transparent, but definitely later. We are standing by to half plate during a thunderstorm.
And there's that green thump 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 that keeps going around that we need to go figure out what's going on with an N. So Daisy, lead the way.
Thump thump. Maybe it has an arrhythmia. Let's.
Whatever it's got, we're gonna stop it. It's gonna go thump thump. Daisy, lead the way.
All right, so I'll carry one of the plate armors and whatever I can carry in my hands inside, just so it's not getting rained on.
Yeah, I think between the three of you could drag the bodies inside if that's the goal.
Yeah, and then I'll this is a spiral staircase. The middle, there's like no railing, and the middle is kind of.
Yeah, just like those old school lighthouses that you'd see like at Montauk or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just push one of the bodies down it and just watch it like.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Was it one of the big boys or was it the priest?
It was the priest.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Still has that hole in his chest. Weird. All right, so now are you ascending these stairs? Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait, Daisy's first.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if it makes a difference.
You did specify. I gotcha.
I think Landor said he wanted to lead the way. It was
He's like, I'm the leader.
Said, you know what? You guys stay downstairs. I got it.
Who's got the conch?
I'd take it.
Piggy.
Sucks to your ASMR, Piggy.
All right, so as you ascend the top part of the lighthouse here, replacing what would normally be the light that would shine and help guide ships as they pass, you see probably a little bit bigger than a basketball is a heart that's got this like necrotic and greenish tint to it, and it just beats, and this stuff is just it's just pulsing out of it, this green light. Daisy, you were the first person to be able to see it. Roll a perception check.
I love perceiving. All right.
You do still have inspiration, just to be aware.
Ooh,
Both of you do.
Thank you.
Well, that's a really. It's a D8.
Yes.
It is incredibly
if you want to
bright,
use it for
actually.
this.
Oh no, it's not even worth it because I rolled a 2 and I have a -2.
Gotcha. Yeah. So basically what happens is when you walk up, it's so bright and you can see that it's pulsing out. You're just kind of like, oh, and you're avoiding looking at it.
Guys,
So-
it's too bright. I can't see anything.
Can we get up and kind of see it at this point?
I mean, I'm not gonna assume you guys are moving. So
Yes, we're. I mean, at least I feel like we would be right behind her, continuing up, even if she's like this.
So is Daisy gonna continue and get up on the landing and everything?
If she can, I mean, I'm assuming she can tell where the light is coming from. She doesn't want to walk towards
Yeah,
the light.
it's right in her face. She's like, whoa.
Yeah. So like, I kind of like, she wants to keep like her back pressed against the wall and like scoot alongside.
Okay, and this is a dumb question. From the way it sounded like whenever you were talking about it before, it did seem like it was still spinning like the lighthouse. Is that still happening to where it's like coming across and flashing in your face? Or is it one constant just...
Well, the way it works is, you see these like dotted lines?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it shoots out in 3 directions, the light.
Okay.
And that's how it's been guiding the ships to come crash at its shore. Yeah, so yeah, Marcus, it's very bright. Are you like, what are you trying to shield your eyes? What are you doing?
Can I try to roll some sort of? Well, what I mean,
If you want to do that, we can let the fate decide.
Also a 2 plus 5 is 7.
Yeah, so you're also just like, I'm not gonna look at this thing.
Daisy tries to cover your eyes for you. Just don't look at it.
Yeah. Let's do this, and then I'll just assume
that-
Landor's following up.
Does my passive perception
I mean, if you want that to count, that's fine.
of a 16?
I'll put it to you this way: when you come up there, do you try to look at the beating heart?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. So you see it, you're like, whatever. I'm gonna just look at this thing.
Oh no.
I need to see what it is.
And it's just so bright, like, you know, when you just like stare at a light and it just like if you do it for too long, it's like whoo, like you're just like you just see like your eyelids are just you start like blinking your eyes and you can't see anything right now, like you're legit blind.
Good job, team.
So from where the light came from, can I shoot a firebolt at it?
Yeah, disadvantage. You blind.
Nat 1. What is
It just fires through the open hole.
Just to clarify though, I
Yes.
rolled a 19 and a 1.
There you go.
I guess I'm still on my critter miss phase. I mean, not that 19's a crit, but like.
Yeah.
Can I try to investigate a little? Like, kind of like take a minute to like look like down and keep my eyes shut, and then like open them while I'm looking down and kind of let my eyes like.
You can
get
know
used to
where
the
it
light.
is if you want it. Like, you know where it is if that's what you're trying to say. And Landor, it's starting to fade a little bit. You're like your eyesight's coming back.
You said it feels necrotic?
There's a dark essence to it
That's kind of
for sure. And I'm sorry, you were trying to investigate it, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, roll an investigation check with disadvantage if you're not going to look straight at it.
Oh man. Do I want to go blind? Yeah, why not? We'll go blind.
Okay, you are now blind. Roll with disadvantage anyways.
Oh man. Oh.
This is that DM tomfoolery.
Okay. That not that bad because my investigation's not terrible. And oh man, that was a natural 20. So 15 because I rolled a 10 before.
Don't forget, you
So,
do
hold
have
on,
your
you rolled a-
inspiration if you
you
want
rolled
to
a-
use it.
Oh,
I understand.
I'll use my inspiration.
Because
Thank
he
you.
didn't tell you whether it was a fail or not, so you can still use it if you
Yeah,
want
don't
to.
say anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 21.
Okay. This, yeah, you see it's kind of just, you can tell it's suspended. There's nothing underneath it, like physically holding it up. Yeah, this thing is kind of basically about as big as you are, and seemed pretty danged evil.
Hey, Lando, I bet you won't touch it.
Well, I mean, I'm not really one to shy away from.
And Daisy, now you're starting to, the effect is wearing off.
I'm not really one to shy away from it, so. But I'm not. I'm also a little bit smarter, so I go with the mage hand and I try to pick it up with the mage hand.
So,
Is it like, I don't know how big of a heart it is, but I want to try to
It's
like.
like the size of Daisy. Like it's huge.
Oh, I thought you said it was like a basketball.
Like larger than a basketball. If
I
I
thought
said
Daisy
that, if
was
I didn't, I
small.
said it's Daisy's pretty small.
just-
It would be considered a small creature.
I'm sorry. I'm just...
All right. So then,
I spin it.
all right. So with that, yeah,
Yeah.
on my mage hand.
Yeah.
And now, actually, I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna try to shocking grasp it.
Okay. Yeah. Make an attack roll with disadvantage unless you're looking right at it.
Son of a gun. Do I need to look right at it to be able to walk up to it and
No, it's
and
pretty obvious
grab
where
it?
this thing is.
I-
It's just a
I-
disadvantage because you're not looking right at it. That's all.
Oh, Oh my gosh, another natural 1.
Yeah. So he does this like very odd like, huh? And you just see like electric sparks kind of just like it's like it's just not working.
I'm gonna back up a space and throw a javelin at it. Or go up a space and throw a
Like
javelin.
that, yeah. Okay, make
But I guess that would
disadvantage.
That's a 21.
21. This thing hits right through the center of it. Roll damage.
That's a d6, right, for javelin?
Yes. Plus your strength modifier.
Cool. That's 10.
10.
Piercing.
So it hits right, like dead center. Like you just, I guess you were kind of like, all right, I got this. Hold on. Get backed up. It hits right into the center of it. It kind of just, you hear this like psychic screech of pain, and the light just kind of dims, and you see the heart itself just kind of goes and kind of just implodes on itself. And it's just gone, and now there's just like this kind of like a smoky mist sort of a thing happening, and
does the necrotic
the rain is actually starting to lighten, and the thunder is not really there anymore, and there's
okay, all right. Up until you said that, I was like, should I have done what I just
like,
did?
oh god.
do we still
Exactly
feel the
what I was
necrotic? Do we still feel the necrotic energy around us? Or does that
no,
seem to be
not.
dissipating also?
You do not.
I want to look around to see if there's anything up here, or if there's anything
other than that,
left.
it just looks pretty much like a lighthouse you would expect. It looks like there's a spot where you would normally have like the thing, to light a lighthouse is there.
Can I relight that by any chance?
It looks like we might need some oil, but
can I do
We have oil.
I do have a cask of or a flask of oil. Can I pour it in there and light it up?
And then a little firebolt, like.
Yep, just a little mote to cause it up.
And there's like a little flare, like, and whoo, and don't singe the eyebrows, kind of a, almost like getting tased in the arm or something.
It's not that bad.
We'll put a link to that video down below.
Please do, that would be awesome.
Which time? Oh my gosh.
The stories we need to know. But anyway.
For another time. Yeah, so it looks like the lighthouse is kind of seemingly back online.
So the heart didn't seem to leave anything behind?
No, it just kind of like sunk in on itself, like, and it just like, the only thing left was like this like misty smoke.
You know, I have to say something right now, and this is just something that's just, I know that our main goal has been to find the dragon and defeat it, but these Talus priests and whatever necrotic energy is going on with them seems to be a separate issue and something separate going on that I feel like we need to get to the bottom of. I mean, this just seems odd.
You know, I think we did get to the bottom of it. As far as I know, that's
the way that, I mean, you know, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm an arcane master by any means, but the way that it disappeared makes me feel like it was not destroyed, and that it went away to whatever it was that created it or enabled it. I mean, that's just from what I've seen, but I mean, again, I'm not gonna say for sure that it wasn't destroyed, but I feel like there's more to this.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know anything about this kind of thing?
Using them Bahamut powers.
Sure.
Alright, let's use this one. And 12.
Yeah, I mean, definitely something dark is going on. You know, usually when something dies, it's still kind of there. I mean, that's kind of a thing, but hearts normally aren't that size either. Have that kind of like sickness and dark green energy.
I just feel like it would have taken more than one priest to create something of that much power. I mean, because there was definitely a lot of power coming from that, and I mean, I know I couldn't create anything near that kind of sort of power.
Well, it's possible that they did this before we went to Neverwinter, and we just haven't heard about it.
That's very true. Also,
It's
I do
also
feel
possible.
like that. I mean, that if it was that much of an issue, that Neverwinter would have. There would have been some bigger, notices in Neverwinter, and we never noticed anything or heard of any lighthouse or supply issues. And I mean, this would have caused some supply issues even in a city as big as Neverwinter if it was going on when we were there.
Forgive me, I meant Neverwinter Wood.
Oh.
When we
Yeah.
when we saw the rest of them, well, some of them. I don't
True,
know. I
true.
just
I mean,
feel-
regardless, obviously we rectified the situation here at the lighthouse for now. But I'm just saying in the future, I do feel like we maybe need to keep an eye out, and if we hear of any type of thing that may seem to indicate these priests of Talus, I personally would like to try to rectify this whole situation. I mean,
Yes.
there's something about this and the way the evil is in it. It just takes me to my soul.
I agree with you completely, Andor. It feels like there should be more, but we've followed every clue that we
Sure.
have. So, but in the future,
Right.
I
I mean,
agree.
as of the
Anything we
moment,
find-
I agree. But now I do feel like we probably need to see if returning this conch that you got from that priest will put Meryl's heart to rest, and see if we can ease her eternal pain.
Yes.
Marcus, who did you throw on the stairs?
I wouldn't throw anyone down the stairs.
I mean, he kind of went just down in between the stairs and splatted at the bottom, but I mean, one of the priests, or the only priest.
Yeah, when we were dragging them out from the outside, it dragged a little bit too far. And
The other thing that struck me as odd about this whole situation, and I don't know if that's where the heart came from, but that priest had a hole in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And so that also makes me feel like it couldn't have been them that was doing that. I mean, it could have been, but that probably was his heart somehow infused with extra power, and the fact that he was still alive. This definitely seems something's amiss.
That's why I brought it up. I was thinking if he had removed his heart, maybe it was possible that when it disappeared, it reappeared back in his body. But I don't know.
I mean,
if
his
he's
heart,
flatted,
his body
Let's go
may be
check.
kind of in a smush at the bottom, but we could probably still see if there's a heart there.
I guess you're going back downstairs.
And we're searching the priest's body for a heart.
The heart is not there.
When we get to the bottom, I want to grab.
It's right here. No, just kidding.
I want to grab my symbol of Bahamut and
your dragon chess piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And
I feel like it's a rook with a dragon head. I mean, a knight, excuse me, with a dragon head.
Yeah.
That feels right.
And
That's what I was thinking too.
I'm just gonna focus and just be like, is there anything here, good or evil, that we should know about? And just like kind of meditate, and I'm gonna do divine sense.
How does that work again?
As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest.
So celestial fiend, no celestial fiends are undead. What else does it do?
Detects good or evil.
Mm-hmm. Is it like evil smells and good is like beautiful music or something like that? Isn't that the way?
That's the way that you've always done it for paladins.
I think that's.
I mean, for whatever could possibly.
I think that's actually in it, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in the description.
I don't know what it says. I just know that when I played one, that's how you handled it.
Oh, here we go. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor or powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. You know the type of celestial fiend or undead of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity.
Mm-hmm.
Within that same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hollow spell. You can use this to... Yep.
Yeah, I mean, other than just kind of getting some nice tunes coming from your party.
I
mean, you don't get to know exactly where it's coming from. I think you feel like you're in the presence of good.
All right, I guess.
And since I don't know what she's done, I'm just gonna go, hey guys, do you mind if I cast a detect magic? It'll take me about 10 minutes just to see if there's any residual effects.
No, go for it.
Yeah. All
right.
So
yeah, I'm sure you guys are.
I mean, if you guys want to search
doing all
or
that
check
stuff.
anything, I'll just be trying to cast that. So I cast detect magic see if I notice anything.
You
currently
don't notice anything
going on.
that's other than that conch seems to have some magic coming out of it. It doesn't. You can't really tell like a school of magic.
And I also quickly run up the stairs back to the top of the lighthouse to see if there's any residual magic there.
No, I can't.
And then I run back to the party.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunately there's
well, there's the only magical presence that I can feel is the conch that, I mean, obviously other than weapons and anything that we currently have, but is the conch that Marcus is holding.
Oh, and Daisy, you also felt that your sword had some sweet tunes coming from it.
And let me tell you, that sword, whew,
got some bling.
that sings.
Yeah.
If I like swing it around, does it like change like the
Oh
tone
man,
of the...
you probably
Yeah,
shouldn't do that one.
All right. What do you guys say we go find Sebastian and right the wrong?
That sounds agreeable.
All right, so you're leaving the lighthouse and going back towards the cave area. Okay. Takes a few minutes, obviously, because it's a bit of a walk, and the rain is definitely starting to lighten up. It's starting to really kind of be a little easier on everything. You can hear a few birds singing and chirping, and
What kind of birds?
you see what kind of birds? Yeah.
Is she about to call him over?
Birds.
I feel like she might call him over.
Birds.
Are there any ducks?
So yeah, so you're coming up and you see kind of hiding. I could show you. I think this is where we had kind of hiding right around here where Sebastian was. You see like his little crab face kind of like peeking around. He's just like, it looks like maybe you did something that thing isn't glowing anymore.
Well, we and I point to the. I'm guessing you have it on your belt. I point over to Marcus. And I say, "See, he's got the conch over there.
Goes,
Do you mind going to see what you can find in the wreck? Since we went ahead and got the conch for you, for Meryl."
of course I will.
Well, first, would you like to be here for this moment? We're gonna give it to her.
Oh, very much so, very much so.
What if it doesn't go like he thinks? You never know with undead creatures.
Or you could go there first.
Make a deception check.
Deception?
No, for Landor, because he's trying to, I think, mutter under his breath to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to whisper to you. Is 26.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to react to it at all.
Marcus will say, on the other hand, how could we possibly trust you to complete our arrangement if we don't see you do it first before we give back this conch?
Just kind of like his eyes kind of like... I can't get the weapon. Can you please wait then so I can see?
Sure, we will wait.
Okay. And then he just kind of like scurries over to the water and just like... like belly flops into it. Like you almost think he's gonna like dive and he just like belly flops. You just see his little crab body just kind of go. And,
I look over while he's doing that. I look over Marcus. Yeah, you just. I mean, I'm hoping that when we return this to Meryl, that that she reacts positively and goes into the night. But with undead creatures, sometimes you just never know, and I just didn't want to take the chance that he wouldn't be willing to uphold his end of the bargain if we ended up having to kill her because she still goes rabid.
Yeah,
giving that back.
You all thought I was being mean, I was being the bad guy. I tried to do the nice thing, and then now you want to go with what I originally said. Sure, whatever.
All right, so a few minutes go by, nothing too long, and you see his little crab body coming forward, and he's got a long staff-looking kind of object. And as it comes closer to the water, it appears to be like a dark, almost like a black steel with kind of like at the end of it, at the base end of it, you see almost like a solid ball bearing with a spike at the end. And at the front end of it, it's not entirely clear. It comes out, and then it looks like there are these intricate, almost like if you're looking straight down on it, like a cross pattern, like this. But they look like flames, like crafted in the shape of flames. It comes to a point, and you feel like this is some kind of a glaive. And he swims up. And he's got it he goes, I just figured maybe this would be something you could use. And he puts it on the ground next to you.
I will pick it up. And
very well balanced. Feels actually, I would say, let's say your detect magic is still going. And some evocation magic is emanating off this bad boy.
Oh, weird.
Now, Marcus, why don't you let Sebastian hold that while we give the conch back to Meryl?
Well,
just as
Sebastian, would you like to give this to Meryl?
Very much so, please. Thank you.
I'll look at you guys. Right.
That's actually an awesome idea.
Yeah, I hand it to him. I take the.
Okay.
I'm sure she would love to see that coming from you.
And he just grabs it and he kind of waddles towards the cave, and you hear him just say,
I want to follow
yeah,
Sebastian.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
I'd like to watch, yeah.
So you see this like eerie kind of like a mist coming out of the cave as she kind of her spectral body kind of floats out again with the water, almost her hair looking like it's underwater, and she's just like, what? Give it to me, and he's just like, here, holds it out, and she just grabs it, and her countenance immediately starts to change. It's like it's almost as if you ever see someone that has like a clouded cataract eyes, almost like her eyes kind of come back, and her hair stops looking so crazy wild, like it's underwater. Even the robes she's wearing seems to start to like repair, and there's actually a little bit of color to her visage. It's not just like this ghostly dark look, and you see she's got like a very regular sea elf. She's got like a tealish skin, hue skin to her, and she just is like, oh my gosh, Sebastian, thank you. And then she kind of just like looks up and she's like, did you do this for me? As she looks at the three of you.
Yes, we did.
And what? And then she just looks up towards the lighthouse, and she's like, "Oh."
We cleansed the lighthouse, and when Sebastian asked us to help, we couldn't help but hearing how much he loved you and wanted you to be able to be at rest and be at peace. We couldn't help but want to do what we could to try to restore that.
I could never thank you enough.
And for one of my elf kind, I couldn't resist, doing whatever we could.
He just kind of smiles and just says, I see that. I feel like there's just a weight's been lifted off of me. I really can't thank you enough, Sebastian. It's so good to see you again.
Before you go, is there anything you can tell us about what all happened here? Like, I mean, obviously we did destroy an undead priest, and there was this heart up at the top of the lighthouse.
Yes. Well,
but
within the last 10 days.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Within the last 10 days, we had that's 20, if anyone's keeping track. This half-orcish primitive primal priest seemed to storm the castle, pun not intended, and he had friends with him, a couple of very large bodyguards and some other priests with him, and I tried to defend it, but I was unable to stop it, and they killed me and took my conch, and I haven't been able to really reason much since then, but I could always sense the dark presence with that evil heart was just like oozing some kind of dark magic.
I'm so sorry, and we took care of the priest, and we set the lighthouse back to normal, and we took care of his bodyguards and everything. I was curious as to possibly what else may have happened to try to make sure that we got to the bottom of it, so that these kind of things don't happen again.
I couldn't leave the cave. I could a little bit, but I just was kind of bound here. I couldn't move more than 100 feet away.
I understand, and I appreciate everything you've told us, and that does help us understand even just a little bit more as to what fully happened, and we're glad to have been able to help as much as we could.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
And Meryl, do you still feel this presence of the heart, or is it seem to be gone. So as far as we can tell, it's gone.
It seems to be gone. My understanding is a little limited because I was in that tortured form while this was going on, so I don't fully understand what was happening to me.
Well, I do know that sometimes, in your current state, you might be more in tune with everything, of things of magical nature. You can't feel it in any direction currently, can you?
I don't sense any dark magic right now.
Well, that does help
she
us.
just
I mean,
kind of looks down at Sebastian and pets him.
I'm so glad that Sebastian could bring that back to you and ease some of that suffering, and that confusion. I know that I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and she just says, well, Sebastian, do you want to stay here or do you want to come with me? And he just looks, he's like, can I come with you, please? Please? She just says, yes, if you'd like. And at that point, there's like a... No, he just takes his glaive and stabs him in the face. No. There's like a, kind of like a magical energy kind of just leaves Sebastian's body, and then the crab just kind of like looks like a regular crab again and just starts scurrying into the water.
Is it still giant?
Man.
It is still a big crab, yeah. But it just seems
very
uninterested
I was
in
gonna
you guys.
ask him if after this was all done, if he would mind going to look to see if there was either a new rapier or a warhammer for me or Daisy. But
He says,
I mean,
and then Meryl says, "My time is short. Unfortunately, we have to go."
I understand, and I would rather him be with you than to miss the proverbial boat and be stuck here.
He says, I appreciate everything you've done. I wish you well. And with hearts and with hearts like yours, I know you'll do good things in this land."
Is that still him, that crab that's walking away, or is that's just something else now?
Oh no, I had just enchanted that crab, and Sebastian was just my friend. He's coming with me now.
Okay. So the crab's just a crab.
He's just a crab, yes.
Okay, alright.
And at that point, she just kind of floats up.
That's what I was thinking.
And just
Marcus wants crab
they
legs
disappear
for
out of
dinner.
your sight.
Hey guys, that crab didn't get in the ocean yet. Do we?
Yes,
in
go
the
for
ocean.
it. Daisy runs over.
It's in the ocean. You
I
can
fire
go
a
jumping if you
fire
Oh,
want.
it is in the ocean now. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
I was
Too
about
late.
to say, I was about to insta-sear that crab.
Lander, you're mage hand.
It's not. The mage hand, unfortunately, is not strong enough to pull it back. That was a big beefy crab, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I just sidebar for a second and say, do you want to know why we were laughing? Because Izzy texted us and said, Daisy is 2 seconds away from giving the second sending stone to them.
And I said, "No, I will smack that out of your hand." What are you doing?
Sorry.
You good?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, there are still more ships wrecked in the ocean, and we might be able to find something for you if we wanted to try to. I know Sebastian said that there was some sort of sharks or other things nearby. Is this? Yes, this is it.
Well, I mean, do you think? Let's take a short rest here and see if we maybe can figure out what this potion we got is, and just recollect ourselves for a minute before we decide if I'm gonna. I don't know if
actually
it's
has
worth
a nice
doing
little
that.
natural shelter if you.
So we're gonna take a short rest in the shelter, and I don't know if that's enough time to decipher what that.
Yeah, you can
what that
identify
potion
magic
does.
items during a short rest.
And I'm going to use one hit die and I'm back to full.
Okay.
I would say don't forget to use the Song of Rest and use an extra D6 if you do use a hit die.
I rolled a 10.
I think he's just
Nice.
That is a potion of water breathing.
Somebody was right. I will
And
just say that. It was not me, but
that
somebody
glaive-
was.
The glaive that you have
Yes.
is a flame tongue glaive.
Oh wow, that's in the monster manual. That's in the the app. It's like an
It does
actual item,
require
right?
attunement, which you can do during this.
Yes,
if you'd like.
I would like to attune to it if I can.
You can use a bonus action to speak the magic, the glaive's command word, causing flames to erupt from it. The flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. While it's ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. Flames last until you use a
2d6?
bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheathe. Or you sheathe the, put it away, yeah.
2d6?
2d6 extra fire damage every time you hit something.
Wow, that's insane. That's the same as that's like a stock item, right? I could just.
It is,
on.
yes. It's a +1 weapon.
Okay, all right, sweet. All right.
Song of Rest gives us a D6.
Mm-hmm. If you use a hit die, per hit die. Is it per hit die?
Just
No,
one.
it's just one.
I
Okay.
feel like if any of us should go in the water, it should probably be me.
It is
As
dark.
I feel like I have the most one I can see better in the dark. You know, especially if there's some sort of moonlight or starlight available, and I think the rains have passed. I feel like they've passed.
Yeah, I mean it's dark, but it's not very
And I do feel like I have the most options for underwater compared to you guys. I mean, you guys mainly use your weapons, and obviously underwater weapons are a little bit less effective. On a tabletop side note, I don't know how D&D does underwater fighting.
You're not wrong.
Are they just at disadvantage, or do they not? Are you not able to?
Everything sucks underwater.
Yeah.
What's your Constitution modifier?
My
Is that-
Constitution modifier is a +2.
Okay, because I know that plays into how long you can hold your breath.
And I also am using one hit die. Well, I was thinking that we could use the potion if I needed it.
Now, how long does that last? Do we know how long it lasts for?
You do. 1 hour.
Well, oh, okay. That should be plenty of time. And also, obviously, we're going to tie a rope around you, and if anything happens... Oh, I wish we had that other sending stone.
I mean, I could always give 2 tugs if I encounter any damage or encounter any, anything unsavory, and you guys could haul me back. I mean, between what I have, I think that could probably, you guys could haul me to safety relatively quickly, especially with the 2 of you pulling. And what I do
You're both
have,
pretty strong.
just as a side note, did you use any hit die on the short rest?
Yes, I used 3. I'm back up to 62.
Whoa.
Okay. Did you use the Song of Rest and the D6 on that also?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, anytime the Song of Rest happens, I feel like it's foolish to not use at least 1 hit die.
That's what I like to hear.
Can I ask 2 more questions about the glaive?
You can.
So it says bonus action to basically set it on fire, but is there any limit to the amount of times I can do that? I don't see. Wow. Okay.
It's just flame on or flame off. You decide.
And then the other one is, you said that there was a ball bearing with a spike at the end of it. Does that change my
just-
damage? Okay.
Just flavor. Glaives. A glaive is a typical glaive. Actually, is just like a pole arm, and instead of having like an axe and spear at the end of it, it's kind of like a curved sword, kind of a.
Yeah.
So you could stab or slash. Very similar. And I just think if you wanted to not have bludgeoning on your other thing and you wanted to stab with it, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
You could just decide how you want that to go.
Okay,
Just
cool.
flavor.
Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to...
Seemed ornate.
No, I liked it, but I just
it's like this dark steel with that, and it's like almost like an ashy. It almost has like an ashy scent to it as well when you kind of
sick.
Yeah. Little naturally warm to the touch, even in its off state.
Flame on.
All right. Well,
you have a torch. This is like your torch now. Wow. If you wanted.
Oh man! All right.
Well,
I love everything about this.
We're gonna do
I had
some
a feeling
searching.
You'd be happy with that one.
Because
It's a custom job. That's not in the adventure.
Thank you.
Why?
But beware the buffs that I do to the dragon at the end.
we have a potion. I feel like we might as well see what's in these shipwrecks. See if there's anything else we can find. So we'll tie a rope to me. I'm gonna go ahead and guzzle that potion. And like I said, if I tug twice, yank me back.
Okay, so there's 5 shipwrecks here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how long is your rope?
50 feet.
Okay, so if you were to be positioned up here, it's 80 feet from here to the water. So you'd be like, just hang
is
there.
Is there no way that we can go down to the bottom? Like, is there any way to travel up and down, or no?
Yes, the footing is a little suspect as far as some of it may go, but you could certainly try.
Is there any way that we can just... Okay, so you know where the path ends and starts to go, like, up. Is there any way down a little bit? Down, right there. Yep, right there. So is there any way that all 3 of us can walk along the edge over to the first shipwreck?
I would say you could make athletics checks to climb around it.
Also, are the shipwrecks...
Swimming is also an athletics check, by the way.
Okay. Oh, well, okay, so just because of the fact that we're doing this right now, I'm waiting to guzzle the potion until I'm actually about to go in the water.
That makes sense.
Are the shipwrecks, are they totally underwater, or are there parts of them that are above? Is there something we could stand on, basically?
Like if you were to be like wade in there and get it.
If I was to swim.
If all of us were to like swim out to it, and then I was to dive down.
Being in plate, I would say you don't feel confident in swimming at all. Like you would be like, I don't think you.
Fair enough.
You really feel like you should either take this off or just be your anchor man. Like,
I mean, with
Marcus, you're a rock, which is good for fighting. Bad for swimming.
I mean, we could do either one of 2 things. One, I do feel like Daisy is strong enough to pull me up if needed. Or I don't see why either of you guys would be in any kind of danger or combat, so I don't see why you would necessarily need your plate. We could take it off and continue without it for at least this portion. But that's obviously, I'm not trying to make you more vulnerable, so if you don't feel comfortable, me and Daisy could try to do it. Again, I do feel like she can pull me up if need be.
Well, the other question is, why not have Daisy go in the water if she's going to be better at swimming around and all that?
I mean, I'm not terrible at swimming. I mean, she is a little better at it than me, because she is stronger, but I have options to fight stuff underwater. Like, I could hit him with a dissonant whisper and make him swim away, and in that time frame, you guys could pull me up. I do have magical spells I can cast. I mean, I don't know fully all what Daisy can do. Like, obviously, I know she healed me and healed you, I think, too, but I don't know if she has anything else magical about her. And it doesn't seem like she fully knows all of her capabilities at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I could take my armor off and go.
So I'm sorry. I think I missed it. How far is the drop from one of the windows to the water?
About 80 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say down here by where my mouse is, you're looking at like 5 to 10 feet just to drop down, which I think is why Michael was talking about that spot.
Yeah, I was thinking if we could all just walk around and then get to it, you know.
Yeah, I definitely think. Do we all have rope?
Yeah, we could tie it all together.
I think I'm the only one with silk rope, but I'm pretty sure everybody has some rope.
I have hemp rope, I believe.
I'll make sure I tie my silk rope around myself because it's a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet of hemp rope as well. Is there a quality difference?
If you're looking to tie them together, I would just make you guys roll survival checks.
I do feel like
that
we probably would still need to do it from down below. I feel like doing it from the windows with 80 feet from the window just to the water, I'm still not going to be able to get much into the ship. If you did it from the shoreline, you know, from the bottom, 120 feet might be enough for me to be able to explore some. 120 to 150. I'm just assuming with tying some, we'd lose some distance. Even we lose 10 feet, 140 feet. Like, if we did it from the shoreline, that would probably be enough to at least get to most of the wrecks. Probably that second one we might not be able to get to, but I could probably explore most of the wrecks.
Yeah, I agree. If anything, I think
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, is the silk rope like higher quality? Like you don't have to worry as much about it fraying?
I honestly have no clue what the difference is. I just saw silk rope. We were creating.
I think it is stronger, actually.
So my only thought is, I would want to do double rope, like use Marcus's and Daisy's together for that same 51st feet or whatever, just to make sure it doesn't snap.
I'm really not that heavy.
Yeah, the only
At least
way,
I feel like I'm not.
I feel like the only way it would snap is if like something really, really strong pulled on
Snapped
it and we pulled on it.
Like a
in
shark?
which case we have bigger problems, yeah.
Like a shark?
I mean, I do feel like I have quite a few spells at my disposal to be able to give me the opportunity to escape, and if for some reason I feel like I'm not able to escape, then I wouldn't pull twice to have you guys reel me in.
Let's do it.
Just tell me when you're ready.
So we're gonna walk down at that spot where your mouse is, and then make our way over, like at the bottom of the rocks, kind of like straddling the.
So you're looking to avoid going into the water?
Yes.
I'll take my armor off too,
just in case he has to like dip into the water just a little bit.
Okay. So
Can
everyone's
we
just
tie
looking to
ourselves
just
together?
kind of climb across, right? So just roll athletics checks, each of you.
Do we want to tie ourselves together with the ropes?
Nah.
I mean, at this point, the water is like within 5 feet of you. Like it's not.
Oh, okay. So if we fall in, we're just right there.
I got a 20.
Woo!
Yeah, you have no problems.
You said athletics?
Yes,
Not
sir.
natural, but it is a 20.
Do you guys still have my what's it called? My inspiration?
You have one inspiration.
Still?
I would say not at this point. If they last 10 minutes, I'd say that's gone.
Oh, that's true. I did do my detect
Plus your short
magic, so
rest
that
and-
takes 10 minutes. Oh,
that was a 6 then.
All right, yeah. So Marcus just, he kind of gets to about here and is just kind of slips and he lands and he's about shin deep in water.
Okay. I continue walking the rest of the way then in the water.
That's kind of like you guys are all right. I mean, if you take a step or two out, it does start to kind of drop a bit, but you're able to kind of Just tell me where do you want to go? Up to here? What do you
I
think?
would say right where that little like it kind of goes out a little bit. Where it
Like
first
up here?
Yep. If you move your mouse over to the left a little bit.
This guy.
Yep, right there. That's where I was thinking we would go out.
Sure.
Now before I go down,
Why don't we
I'm
go
gonna give
up a little bit
inspiration
more?
to Marcus and Daisy before I go in.
You can do it.
If you need to reel me in. And with that, I chug the potion. Before that we tie the ropes together. I don't know if you said check, so I don't know if you want us to make that check now.
This is the check for you have the silk rope going into the hemp rope.
Okay. And it's a 17.
Okay. You feel pretty confident in this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You're gonna have 100 feet. Well, we'll say between tying you up and this up.
95.
Yeah.
92.
We'll say 90, just to
90,
make it a nice.
All right.
We
Do we
Nine's a
another
round
set.
number, like it's
do
round.
we want to tie another rope together?
We have one.
We probably should, just in case, because I don't know how much this wreck is going to take. So let's tie the next one together. Daisy, do you want to tie this one together?
Oh, not really, but I'll try.
Oh. All right,
Survival check. I think it's you two guys. Here he is.
Right.
I don't know who has the
What
best
are you doing?
survival. I thought that was strength, but I could be wrong.
No, it's a knowledge based, but I think it's wisdom if I'm not mistaken.
It is wisdom.
So who is high wisdom?
Which is probably why Daisy's like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, so
Daisy.
Marcus, you tie it together. Marcus, I feel like you were the Boy Scout of the group.
Wait,
That's
You're
a
muted.
22.
yeah, this one feels pretty good. Something about hemp to hemp just works.
All right. On that note, glug glug glug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Can we tie the other end of the rope to Marcus?
Sure.
Just
Well,
as like
do we need to roll to tie a rope to me? I'd prefer not to, but if you
it's fine.
require us to, okay.
If you roll low, just make sure you don't get the giblets down there. Don't get the man bits. Okay. Anyway,
Alright.
so
and
Well,
then also
The Cowrisons.
Oh no, they say at least this time after this last fight, I'm not like carried and full of blood for sharks to come after me.
would
great
not be
point.
good. Would not be good. Okay, so you drink your potion, and
I dive in
Go in.
and start swimming.
So where are you headed? Just tell me which ships. We'll go 1, 2, 3,
I'm
4,
headed
5.
to the one
Right here.
ship
Okay.
number 1. Yep.
All right. So finding the ship is not difficult since you see the mast is kind of there. So the way we're gonna do this is we're just gonna have gonna do your choice of an investigation check or a perception check.
We shall do perception.
Okay.
And that is a 17.
Okay. Yes, you are able to find there is a locked chest in your searches that you find.
Can I grab onto it?
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanna hold on to it, and then I wanna tug the rope twice.
Okay.
I'll pull on the rope.
The rope tugs, yeah. I don't really see any reason to worry about this. Between the two of you, you're able to pull him up, and you just see Landor kind of just come on up with a treasure chest.
It's like the beginning of that last Uncharted game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I found a locked chest, guys. I figured it would probably be better to take care of it up here than try to unlock it underwater. I don't know. I'll try to unlock it.
Well, why don't we do that after the hour is up?
Good point. All right, so I leave the chest here, and I dive. And can I swim to number 2, or is that too far away?
Daisy, that was so wise of you.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
All right, I swim out to number 2.
All right, roll another check.
Which kind of check? Perception or athletics?
Perception or investigation, you can choose.
Oh, okay. Oof, 8.
Yeah, you search through this one, and whether it's just murky waters or whatever it is, you feel like you've spent a good... We'll say you've spent a good 10 minutes on each, and you can't find anything of value.
All right,
or that
so I swim back to shore.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I didn't find anything at that one, so we head to number 3.
Yeah.
All right, so we walk up the coastline to the honestly, I would probably say all the way up to where the lighthouse is, where it's in between 3 and 4.
So you want to come up to here?
Yeah, I would probably say right there.
Sure.
Okay, now I dive in and head to number 3.
All right, roll a perception check. Separate from...
25.
Okay, you see a very large shark. Seems to be headed right for you. And, like, it's not like there's any mistaking its intention. Like, it's coming right at you.
Do I have time to pull the...
Yep.
Pull the rope twice?
Yeah, that was part of your perception. So let's roll initiative.
Hey, Marcus, do you think if we pull him fast enough, we can get him out of the water?
Oh,
kind of like a
fudge
skipping rope?
nuggets. That's god awful. The one time I do not need to roll a 2. So I have a 4 initiative, or a 6 initiative, rather.
Okay, yeah, so you did notice it, which prevented surprise, but it did beat you on its initiative. Let's go ahead and, just to have fun, let's have Josh and Izzy both roll a 10-sided dice. Izzy's is the 10 times 10.
Okay.
Mine is the what?
Just yours is you're both doing percentile die. Yours is the tens column.
It's a 5 for me.
80.
Okay, so all right, so this thing is like beelining it for you for Landor, and it gets to within like it's getting into melee as you're just like this thing is charging at you, and it kind of gets right up next to you before you're able to act. It had to use its full. This is how many feet away it was from you. So
Man,
you get to go, Landor.
I wanted to say that we were looking out for sharks, and I didn't.
I'm going to cast the Dissonant Whispers on it.
Okay, that's a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
No, it's just a 10.
And the save is a 16, so that fails.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's a d6.
It'll take 4 damage.
Oh yeah, 15 damage.
Not this time. Okay. So you see it just kind of like shake its head like a shark kind of gets crazy on Shark Week, and it turns and just beelines it to go away from you.
You didn't hear my discordant melody. It was great.
Go away. Yeah.
And as I'm doing that, I'm tugging multiple times. We're not gonna say twice. We're gonna say like 3, 4, 5, 6.
Which phrasing? Okay, yeah, okay.
We're gonna
multiple tugs, like this. Multiple tugs.
Not like that.
All right.
Is this better? I don't.
This is
I
better.
don't know.
This is much better. Okay. This is so much better.
I don't think it's better.
I'll just say to Daisy, I'll be like, well, he said 2 was to bring him back. I have no idea what he's doing down there now.
I guess
Are
we
you
should
guys
look
roping me in or not?
Yeah, I guess let's pull him in. But I wanna do that thing I was telling Mark. I was like, let's see if we could pull him in really fast and get him to skip across the water like a.
Oh my gosh! Both of you roll athletics checks. I have a combined DC score here. Hold on.
I think we got it. Unless you rolled really bad. That's a 23 for Marcus.
Daisy got a 24.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this thing, all of a sudden, Lander's like, as he gets like pulled up, and it's just like, as he does. I set it at a 35 combined score. So bam, and yeah, he's just like wham, and almost like slams into the rocks to the side. In fact, you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, no.
Oh,
just
come
kinda-
on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It seemed like you needed to come back really fast.
I did. There was a shark, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, of course.
Do you want to go back out there?
Maybe we should go check out 5, like the one at the top first, and then I can kind of like maybe come back to these and see if the shark is gone. I mean, I hit him really good, so I would think he might not want to come back. But let's check out the other one first.
I want to say something, but I don't know if it's too wise for Daisy to say.
Well, Daisy's.
She's also very smart, so I mean,
Yeah.
She's smart.
There's
So
overlap.
is it smart or is it wise? Because if it's smart,
There's
I
say
mean,
overlap.
I feel like it's logical. Like Daisy knows that you have dissonant whispers, and that's what you were planning to use. So the shark had to use its movement and its whatever to move in a direct line away from you. So if you were at the ship that's like straight out, and it moved directly, does that mean that it went towards the ship that you're going toward?
it
That's
just
what I was thinking.
It actually went north as far as the map goes.
So I would be able to see that it went north.
You saw it run. It was coming at you that way. You did the spell, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm out.
Well,
I don't think-
I mean, I kind of got a glimpse that it might have headed that direction.
If this is a normal
But
creature, I don't.
It's
think
gonna
it would-
come back.
Well, no, I don't think it would come back if it was a normal creature. Why would it? You know, it saw you, thought it was an easy meal, and then it got attacked and thought it should run away.
That's true. I did somewhat get pretty good with. I mean, I hit it with full force on that dissonant whispers.
But I'd also hate for you by a shark, so that's up to you.
You know what? Let's go back in for number 3. Well, I
Okay.
mean, worst case, I do still have more, so it's not like I don't have more spells I can cast.
Would I know
that
if,
one again?
Would I know if a normal animal that got attacked would come back to the scene of the crime?
Marcus would
Roll a
definitely
nature check.
know. I feel like Marcus should get advantage. His family's out in nature hunting deer.
Is he out hunting shark?
Maybe.
I just think a regular roll is fine.
Am I being assisted on that or no?
You can't assist in knowledge.
Would I know anything about sharks?
Sure, why not? Let's see.
I got a 4. So
Neither does Marcus.
Mark's is like, I don't know.
Nat 1.
Yeah, you guys are just this is all guesswork right now. You're like, I don't know much
I
about
feel like
sharks,
he'd be
man.
gone, right, guys? I mean, he would head the other way. He'd probably keep going that way after the spell ended, I'm sure. So
any
let's go ahead.
normal creature would. If it doesn't, then it's something we need to kill.
Well, I mean, sharks are predators, but anyway, let's go. I got a nat 1.
All right,
Sounds logical to me.
Back into the water you go. Just
Yep.
for fun,
Ed-
let's have you roll a stealth check at disadvantage, and I'll explain later why. But
I have a question. Would
And the
any of
answer's
us-
22.
Okay.
Nice.
With disadvantage.
Now go ahead and roll your perception to do your thing.
Would any of us know that sharks
Nat 20.
like blood?
Wow.
That sharks do what? I'm sorry.
Like blood?
Uh,
Would we know that? I'm just curious.
not on a nat 1 or a 4.
Oh, right.
You said you had a natural 20 on your...
On my perception check.
Gotcha. Okay, so what you find that's of interest on this ship is what seems to be in the captain's quarters. You see a skeleton of a man who has a cloak that looks like it's kind of fully intact still, which is a little odd, and he's clutching a bag. It seems to be a very nice shape.
Is
And
it
it's
a
very
bag,
easy to take.
a
All
bag
right.
that he's holding?
He is
So-
holding a bag.
So the first thing I want to do is, because I'm going to try to take the cloak off, but I feel like obviously if he's clutching a bag and it's in his hand, that I need to grab the bag first before I try to take the cloak off.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a skeleton, so you just kind of open his hand and take the bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take the bag.
Yep.
And then I kind of like tuck that in just so I can like then use both hands to try to take the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, leave that one for One-Eyed Willie.
One-eyed Willie.
All right. Was I able to get it?
Sorry.
I was like... Anyway.
And instead of pulling the rope twice, I swim back.
All right. Yeah, you're able to come back up, and he's got this.
And then I give them what I found, and then I want to go ahead and head straight to number 4.
Mm-hmm. All right. Roll another stealth check at disadvantage.
That one is a 13.
All right.
What do
We'll
I
say
do now?
about a half an hour has passed since you've drank your potion. So
Okay.
you want to do, was it number 4?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your perception.
That's a 10.
A 10. As you search this one, you are unable to find anything of significance, unfortunately.
All right. I go ahead and swim back to shore.
Okay.
And then I go, all right, guys, let's head up. I wasn't able to find anything in that second one that I just went to, and then let's go ahead and check the one up above. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for sharks, but feeling good so far.
All right.
So we continue up the coastline,
Okay.
and I'll go for number 5.
Okay.
Can we also be on the lookout for sharks? Since, like, if we see, like, their fin, like, I know, like, obviously, if it's, like, deep underwater, we can't see anything. But, like, if we notice, like, a dark, shadowy...
And hear like boom boom music.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I got you. Sure.
There's a string quartet behind us playing.
Mm-hmm. Da-da-da. All right. Actually, the two of you can roll perception checks at disadvantage.
Better than nothing, I guess.
And remember, I did give both of you guys inspiration.
It's a natural one, so it's
It
not...
feels worth it. No, that doesn't feel worth it, but if it feels worth it, go for it.
Okay, not bad. Let's see what happens when I add my inspiration to that. Come on.
Actually, did you inspire her this last trip? Because it's been like 40 minutes.
Oh, you know what? No,
Yeah.
I did not. So never mind then.
Then that's okay. It's an 11.
Okay.
I'm being realistic, and I did
Yeah.
not think about it. So.
So let's go ahead and have you roll your stealth check again at disadvantage.
Why is it always a disadvantage? I'm wearing my boot. Oh no, wait, Marcus has my boots. That
You're
is a
barefoot, that's why.
15.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your last check.
And that is a 14.
Okay. You are unable to find anything on this one either, unfortunately.
All right, I go ahead and come back That's all I was able to find, guys.
You did great.
I mean, let's see what was in that chest. I'm really curious as to what was in it. Did you guys happen to unlock it or break it open while I was down there?
No, we thought we would give you all full attention.
And I do appreciate that because that one shark I did find. Whew,
That's a big boy.
That made my heart pump. Let's just say that. Man. All right. Let's. Can I try to break open the? Or
Wait,
can I try to pick the lock to the chest, or do we need a lock picking kit?
Can we get up to like a landing, or like closer to the landing, so that way we don't have to. We're at least like, if something pops up, we're like can just scramble up to safety.
Yeah, we can bring everything up to back to the path.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics checks to climb.
16 for me.
Okay, you're fine.
15 for Daisy.
And you're fine.
7 for Marcus.
Oh no!
Without your plate, that's what you've got to have like a plus what 5?
And I'm at +4, and I'm still tied to Lander.
It's true.
That's a good point.
Fortunately, you were only 20 feet up, and you land taking 7 bludgeoning damage as you slip and hit the rocks below.
You said 7 damage is what he took?
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'll try that again.
Yeah,
Can I try and like hoist him up?
Yeah,
Or,
say
like,
can we use the rope and help like assist him up and pull him up?
Sure.
Like
Make your check with advantage.
I didn't realize he was.
That's a 19 now.
Yeah, he gets up.
Well, right, there we go.
It's just, I rolled a 3 last time.
Like, dang it.
It's like another Landor window situation.
Seriously. He would have had to roll that like 4 more times on him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh.
All right, so we'll say you guys are able to get up to, here, and, I think we could get out of this page at this point. So yeah, you get up to that little spot, and you can do your things or whatever you want to do.
Can we work to get the chest open? I don't know if you need us to do anything or if it matters.
If you wanted to pick the lock, you would need thieves' tools.
Hey Daisy, can you break it open?
You bet I can.
That's why we have a warhammer.
It's definitely helpful.
Alright, Daisy's gonna walk over. Can I like strategically like, is the lock like a padlock that's on it, or is it like a lock that's like inside of the...
It's a padlock.
Okay, so can I like...
Totally.
Can I like set it up so that way like the lock is like on like the ground, so I can just hit the lock without breaking the whole box?
I'm gonna say no because it's really funny to say no right now.
Oh no! Alright, Daisy's about to
take
break
your mage
this
hand.
up
Just
apart.
hold this right here.
Can I stick the pole of either of my pole arms in the like the gap between the padlock, like how the padlock is like, I don't even know.
Right, there's a little like gap in between the lock.
I would say no on the
itself.
new one because it's got that ball at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say you probably could on your halberd if you want to.
Does your new one get hot enough to melt metal?
No, it doesn't hurt his hand at all. It just feels a little warm.
It probably gets hot enough to set box there. And it's wet. Unless I think it would break the halberd, I would do that with the halberd and try to just.
I mean, that's your secondary halberd at this point. You might as well go for it.
It's got sentimental value, Lando.
All right, then I push him away and I stick my rapier through it, and I'm just gonna like.
There you go. Sure.
Daisy's gonna jump on top of it to hold it
All right,
still,
so-
so that way it doesn't move.
This is so good.
So I
If you've
I
ever
try to
seen
like yank,
Zoolander,
I
they're trying to
try
get-
to like yank it to snap it off.
The files are in the computer.
Exactly.
Okay, can you just explain what you're doing again?
So I'm putting my rapier through it, and I'm just gonna try to like yank it to like snap it off of the, whether it breaks the lock or whether it breaks the actual where
Rapier.
the lock is
Just
going
kidding.
through. No, or where the lock is going through, because obviously the lock has to go through something. So whether it breaks the lock itself or whether it breaks the hoop that it's through to stop us from opening it, that's what I'm trying to leverage and snap off.
Okay, I feel like the lock would just be way too thick for your rapier to handle that.
I mean, as far as the rapier could go, I mean, I feel like the rapier could go through, and at the base of the rapier is not that thin.
Sure, I would say you don't feel like you could break it with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then never
It's-
mind. I'll
it's a
let
little
Marcus
solid.
do his thing.
Yeah, unless I get the sense that it'll snap my halberd, which would be a crazy strong lock, I would just try to put it through the little gap and just
Like twist kind of a thing.
just give it a little.
Yeah, sure.
Snap.
Give it an athletics check.
Sure, not an attack.
And I hit him with
If you're trying
inspiration.
to just strengthen.
No,
I
was
I
just-
hit him
I'm-
with inspiration before he does it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a natural one.
It's just not happening for Marcus today. The exact opposite of last episode.
Hey, it's, give and take.
Daisy, can you just hit the box itself with your warhammer? I feel like that might just break it open.
Yeah. Yep. Daisy's gonna try and hit the box and break it open at the seam. Like take it like from like the side.
Okay.
So I actually set the box up, like I push it up so she can like go down at it
Sure.
to like be able to split it open.
All right. So you
Sand.
just wham, and you just slam down the warhammer on top of it, and it just. I would say roll. Just roll a d12 for your damage.
D12 for the damage. That is...
Wait, there's a D12? Where's that at?
It looks like this.
It does. It does.
Like this.
I
Like
guess that's
these.
just what we're doing right now. So here it is.
Oh, guess
Like
what it
this?
was?
At least it
12.
wasn't me rolling because I got a 2.
A 1. Yeah, it doesn't hit
Oh,
very
never
good. It's just like clang. You hit the metal more than you hit wood.
All right, one more
All
time.
right, everybody.
One more time.
All right, everybody. No,
All right, go
step
ahead.
back.
Go ahead, roll damage
And
again.
I'm gonna hit this with a shatter.
Well, I think she's in the middle of hitting it, but holy cow.
I am in the middle of hitting it.
Oh, all right, never mind. I'll wait for you to hit it again.
I got an 11 this time.
All right, you connect with it, and it just kind of embeds into the top piece of it, and you can like pull your hammer out, and there's like a hole there now, like the size of the head of your hammer.
I'm just gonna stick my face directly into the hole.
You can't get your whole face in there, but you kind of look in there. You got some dark vision, and
What are you
you
talking about?
see.
Her hammer's got to be at least like this big. Like it's a war hammer. Like
Yeah, but that's like the length of it. It's got to hit the one side. Anyways,
no, but if you think about it, like if you think
there's
about
a hole
Thor's,
in the
Thor's
box that's
hammer.
like this big. So you put your eye up to it, and you see what looks like a wand and a book.
Cool.
I'm gonna cover it up with my hands quick. Oh my gosh. Landor, you need
What's
to
in
see
there?
this. I can't. You need to see this.
All right, I go over and take a look.
I'm
As he's
gonna
putting
try
his,
to put
as
one
he's
of these
putting
in
his.
front of him. Oof.
You see the wand and the book in there.
Can I reach in and pull the wand out?
Yeah, I would say you could probably do
As he
that.
reaches in, I'm just gonna go. "Ah!"
And I drop
Kick
the
the
wand
box
by
in.
accident.
Yeah.
There's a book, but I don't know if it'll fit through this little hole.
Not quite.
Daisy, hit it again.
Daisy hits it again.
All right, you smash the thing open, and you're able to get the book to come out.
All right. What time of day is it?
It's like 9 p.m. at this point.
Oh wow, it's that late.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think we should make a camp here? Or do you think we should head for a few hours toward Fandalen and then
Those
make
poor
camp
horses.
there?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Whatever we do, we need to get the whole first. If we can't be, we'll
Let's-
bring them back over.
All right. So let's go over to the horses. And do you think we should make camp with the horses?
And I get my armor back. FYI.
Yes, you have your armor. Yeah. While that whole thing was going on, I'm sure you're just like strapping everything on. And
While me and Daisy are messing with the chest.
Yeah.
probably like, yeah, they'll figure it out. Like,
He's over there like, oh my gosh, look at these two over there.
Okay, so you go back to the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With the stuff
Nope.
that we pillaged from the orcs and the priest, and the bag and the cloak.
Okay.
So do we want to? Do you want to head for a couple hours toward Fandalen, or do you feel like we should go ahead and just make camp here?
We might as well just make camp.
All right, let me
It's
go
already
ahead and.
kind of late.
It is pretty late. I just wasn't sure if we wanted a couple hours head start, kind of a
Well,
thing.
what do you two? What would you like to do?
I'm good with making camp here. I mean, whether or not we travel for 2 hours and then make camp and then spend a full night's rest. I mean, we're still gonna make it to Fandalen and probably around the same time. I just wasn't sure whether you felt good about this particular place or not.
Yeah, you could probably sleep in the lighthouse if we wanted to.
That's true. I mean, and I also could make a tiny hut here if we needed to.
I am partial to those tiny huts.
Well, you know what? Then I'll make it right here, and I start casting the tiny hut for a
Jabba.
long rest.
You call it Jabba?
Jabba's hut.
Jabba the tiny hut.
It's Jabba's tiny hut.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're able to do that, and you guys can take a long rest if you like.
I can call my hut whatever I want. Don't you shake your head, even if you are the DM.
Jabba's not a tiny hut.
Can I take a moment with the cloak and the bag and see what that is before we get into our rest?
Mm-hmm, sure. The cloak is a cloak of many fashions.
Awesome.
Which I'm
I
going
click my cloak of billowing.
Yep. Hold on, let me see what that does again.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds right up my alley.
Yeah,
Cloak
it's
of many
perfect.
fashions. I mean,
Hold on.
the Death Destroyer could really use that.
The Death
Mhm.
Destroyer. Oh yes.
I'm not gonna let it go. I'm just saying, I'm gonna try to just kind of ease it in there every time I can, or force it, whatever we're doing.
So while wearing this cloak, you can use a bonus action to change the style, color, and apparent quality of the garment. The cloak's weight doesn't change, regardless of its appearance. The cloak can't be anything but a cloak. Although it can duplicate the appearance of other magic cloaks, it doesn't gain their magical properties.
It just changes color. That's lame. You gotta quit giving us lame magic
I didn't
lineups.
write this adventure.
It's from
No, but you wrote the gear we got.
No.
Is that really one of the things for searching it? Just on a side note.
That is one of them, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're putting the
Xanathar
common
stuff.
magic items to use. I love it. I'm all about it, honestly.
I mean, I will say this. I'm glad that they at least put something there instead of just like, there's nothing in any of them. I mean, it's better than nothing. And it really would work well for me. I don't know why you would use a bonus action for changing the color of my cloak. Maybe if I have the opportunity where I'm
maybe you
out
want to
of...
put on different colors for representing a different kingdom, or there could be
Well,
some
but a
uses for
bonus
that.
action, I feel like that's an attack mode. So like,
Well, maybe you need to do something quickly.
or maybe I'm out of inspiration. So I'm like, you know what? My cloak needs to be green.
Yeah.
Boom. Green.
So
I feel like that could help you hide too. You know, you're in like a grassy area. You pick the same green as the grass.
Do you know where I am? No, I don't even know where I am.
you could change the style too, so why not make it a ghillie suit?
You don't know what a ghillie suit is.
You know what? I like the way you're thinking.
And then the bag is a bag of holding.
Hey.
And inside it is just a ton of salt water.
We should leave some of that in there.
Do
You
dump
never
it
know
out?
when you need salt water.
Do we dump it out?
I mean, it's basically like
There's a lot of
saline.
water in there. You
Not
don't know what's in there.
You can use
Inside
that in
the-
emergency situations.
Is there any way to know if there's anything other than water in there?
I think you have to think about what's in there in order to do that, no?
Well, I would also have to think about the water too, right?
To pull the water out, but it's just sloshing so much, it's just everywhere.
Oh, man.
Did we know
Daisy.
what? What?
There you go.
Stand right there. We're not inside the tiny hut.
Yeah.
I am 50 feet away from the tiny hut. Stand
You
right there.
you can go out as long as I'm in the. It still is there, and you guys can come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And-
Daisy's just gonna stand 50 feet away.
I'm gonna point the bag of holding at her.
Mm-hmm.
And think about the water. Or everything that was inside of it. And not say, go out that way.
So Marcus opens up the bag,
And like a fire hydrant, like
and it's just like
diameter.
this stream of water, of salt water, just comes pouring out at you. Let's have you make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, here we go.
Wait, who's making the dex throw?
Daisy is.
Oh, okay.
Dexterity saving throw. 15.
Okay. So you kind of see what Marcus is up to, and you only take 4 bludgeoning damage from the water just spouting after you. And eventually, it dies off, but it takes good like 20 seconds of the thing just
Like a fire hydrant.
just tons of water coming out, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And
Used
at the
that trick to
very
storm a castle once.
At the very end of it, the very end, a blue quartz statuette of a mermaid kind of flops out, as well as a black silk pouch.
Ooh, Daisy's gonna run up and try and grab him.
I mean, unless someone tries to stop you, I
No,
see no reason
that's
why you
fine.
can't.
I'm in the hut and they're way out of it, so I can't
Yeah,
do
let's-
anything.
Just enjoying the
Let's,
show with the popcorn. Like,
Well, I can't leave the hut, so
Let's go back in the hut and figure out what it is. Unless
And
Daisy wants to
the-
do it out here.
Nope. Well, actually, probably. Marcus, maybe you should go inside the hut, just in case it's like poison or something.
I mean, if
think
it was
I
really
passed
cool, I
out.
might cast a spell on you so I can get it. But I mean, you know,
Alright, Daisy's gonna open the pouch.
okay, inside the pouch, you see 6 pearls.
Hmm.
would I know the significance of the pearls?
You don't even know they exist yet.
No, good point.
And what does can I, like, inspect the mermaid statue? What does it look like it's made of?
It looks like it's made out of blue quartz. Looks like it's pretty good quality. Probably could fetch some money for it.
Alright. Blue quartz.
Actually, as a rock gnome, are you able to appraise things like that? I feel like that's a thing.
I'm going to check right now.
That's such a
I mean, you can make it a thing as the DM.
I could. But I think half the fun is if you do try to sell it, getting an offer, and you're like, I don't know if this is good or bad.
Yeah, don't you know?
It's a good
don't you
point.
know rock gnomes? Rock gnomes are known for appraising things.
Yeah, they appraise everything.
Is that not
They're
a
like,
racial feature? I know you have D&D Beyond up.
There's all
It's-
that written about gnomes. In
It's
the lore.
not. I have known cunning, which is advantage on certain saving throws, tinkerers, and artificers lore.
Is there nothing
Unless
about
it's a magical
Uh-oh.
item and I'm making a history check.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you could probably get some coin for it, but you're not sure how much.
I was making fun of rock gnomes, not you, by the way. Gnomes as a whole, honestly.
Oh, that's much better, Marcus.
It's alright, all humans are dirty.
That was Josh to Jake, but
Oh.
I mean.
Oh, snap. Gnomes. Glorious.
Luckily,
gnomes.
I'm only half human, so Marcus, you're dirty.
You dirty human.
I'm only half dirty, so.
So yeah, for those of you who may not know what a bag of holding is, it's like Hermione's bag in Harry Potter, where there's just a lot more room inside than there is on the outside.
Or for Doctor Who fans, it's like a TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
I don't even know what that is.
Dr.
You don't know what? Oh my God, Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
I know who Doctor Who is, but I've never seen it.
Okay.
That's a discussion for another day.
Oh my gosh.
So 13.
Anyway,
Like
Sidetracked.
Who is that? Yes, seriously, Sidetracked. That's the name of this episode.
yes.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to do while you're in your long rest?
Yeah.
Ooh. What does Daisy want to do?
Lander, before when you were saying, when you said that, I had this weird like vision or flashback of this great silver dragon, and I don't know if it was a memory or a dream, but he was really badly hurt, and it's all really fuzzy still. I can't remember exactly what I saw or what happened, but I think it did have something to do with him, which is weird because I grew up in a small village. We weren't, I don't know, on any maps really. We're all just farmers, gardeners, cared for livestock. And there was one day when a white dragon was seen overhead. And we didn't think much of it because our town was so small. And then, before we knew what was happening, so it laid siege to our town. I don't know why it was there or what it was doing. It froze people, it ate people, it was, I don't know, it seemed like it was looking for something, but so many of our people died. And then almost as soon as the white dragon had flown down and began to berate us, a silver dragon came and fought and gave its life to protect us. There was no one left by the end of the battle.
You were the only one that survived?
Yeah.
Did the white dragon die?
It's all such a blur. All I know is that I'm the only one that survived.
Did the silver dragon give its life saving you?
I don't know. I have just as many questions as you guys. I don't know. And then
Well,
I started having these dreams, and they felt so familiar. And it's almost like every so often I'm reliving every night. And it's different, though.
What do you mean?
I'm there with the dragon, and it's comforting.
The silver dragon?
Yeah, but it's almost more magnificent of a dragon in my dreams. I don't know.
Daisy, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. But that's terrible. All of you people.
Like I know I've always been somewhat of an outcast myself, just being a half blood. But I can't even imagine losing my entire family like that. Like that's just beyond imagination. I'm so sorry.
Is that part of why you decided to come with us to fight this white dragon?
Yeah, and I had or still have a lot of anger and frustration and just a lot of stuff that I still don't quite understand. And to be honest, when I came along with you guys, I was not expecting to find a new family. But I did.
I do have a question for you, and I hope it's not prying too much. And I mean, I understand if you don't want to answer, but I mean, do you have something against the gnomes themselves? Like I do. I know when we had another quest for when there was another one on the for Nomengard, you kind of like it seemed like I felt like you shied away from it a little bit. Do you have do you hold something against them for what happened?
I just wasn't ready to see another village of gnomes living happily, peacefully, with all of their family around. It was too much of a burden for me to bear.
And just whether or not we could actually save everybody. I understand. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm working through it. I hope to keep understanding more. That's all
Now
I
you
really
say
want.
these dreams, did you notice anything like this whenever, and I hate to bring this up, but whenever you died, like did you have another one of these dreams of the silver dragon? Because I feel like something brought you back that wasn't us. Like I mean, as much as the as I like to take the title of Death Destroyer, I feel like that doesn't, like, I didn't bring you back. Like I really didn't. Like you, whatever it was, I don't know. Sword, like I know the sword had some properties to it, but something else brought you back. Like you weren't finished. And I did you feel anything from that? I don't, the silver dragon when you had passed away?
I only remember bits and pieces of it. I do think that it was Bahamut that brought me back.
Do you think that it was Bahamut that was at your village fighting against the white dragon?
I don't know. There's things that I can't remember about that either.
Well, I appreciate you feeling that we're important enough that you would be willing to to share that with us. Like, I know that kind of burden isn't easily, you know, spoken and shared. So I really do appreciate that, and I hope you know that we're always here for you, and we are a family.
Yes, yes. You already know we would do anything for you and to keep both of you safe. We fight a million wisps or ghosts or orcs or dragons, whatever it was. That's what we've got your back.
And I've got yours. Daisy sheds a tear and then rolls over and goes to sleep.
I think on that note, we will call this episode. And until next time, episode 13 was an odd one. Ups and downs, some funny things, and then we have some nice character lore dump right there. That was good. So, until next time, have a good one.